Afternoon, YouTube. You may not notice the big thing back in the background there, but we this last summer bought a camper, not a real big one. It's in Mallard, Heartland Mallard, M-185. Not huge, but big enough to, pull behind us. I'm getting a little old to sleep on the ground when we go camping. But anyway, it's supposed to hit 29 degrees tonight, and so it's time to winterize this bad boy. So let's get this thing going and store it so we can go camping outdoors again next year. Okay, and so what I did is I took that little rubber stopper or plastic stopper PVC out of this. This is the water heater in the side. Okay, so just to give you orientation, this is on that Mallard 185. This is on the side opposite of where your entrance door is. And you just want to drain out the water in the water heater. I'm not entirely sure how many gallons it is, so we're gonna let that drain and see where we end up here. When you open this up, just so you know, I was not able to get to it with a socket because of the wonderful design they have here with all this stuff right in front of it. Probably not the best way in the world. I was just really careful. I used channel locks to get in there to turn that. They've got all this shielding and stuff here in the way, so you really can't get to it with an open end or a box end wrench or anything. I guess I could have done like a universal joint or something to get to it, but I didn't. Channel locks were there; they were easier. As you can see, it's draining a fair bit of water. I mean, it's that little tank in there is, I don't know, what, 5-10 gallons, I guess. I'm not sure. It's just kind of spurting out. I'm gonna pause this till it's done. Okay, and this is what I bought to do it. Supposedly it doesn't need but about a gallon or so. I have more if I need it, but that's what we're gonna put in there. The pump and all that stuff is under the bed, so I'm gonna get under here. It's got a couple screws in there. I'm going to take those out of there because everything I need is going to be under there. With that out, here's what we got. We have pre-equipped suction hose to suction that stuff right out. We're going to have to adjust some valves here, so let me get a little bit more light in this thing. Okay, so here's what we did. This valve, and there's another one down there. Close both of those, because what we want to do is bypass this hot water heater, and you're going to open, if you can see that, get down here, that valve right there. Okay, you also have a valve, just for orientation's sake, here's the pump. You have a valve right here. Mine's on the bottom here. You need to close that because that's going down into your tank. Okay, and we don't want to pull out of the tank. What we want to do is we want to put this in our antifreeze, and that way the pump will pull it up out of there and send it out through the whole system. Okay, so important thing, make sure you've already drained the hot water heater like I did, and make sure that bad boy is turned off. Don't leave it on because it'll fry, I guess. And from what I understand, they're not cheap. Okay, so with that done, let me go ahead and get our antifreeze in here. Just stick this hose down in there. It just fits sitting right down in this thing. Like so. I guess it might actually fit a little bit over there. We'll have to find out. Okay, and then we're going to turn the pump on. And what that's going to do is that's going to pull antifreeze out of here into here through the pump and it's going to come up through this line, and this is the line that takes it out through the rest of the system here. So let's go ahead and turn that pump on. Pardon the mess, this is packed for driving or towing, not for camping. Like I said, make sure your water heater's off. Turn the pump on. Okay, and that should have, when I turn this on, okay, I should be able to run this until it starts coming out pink. And realistically, it is pulling out of there. I can see the level dropping. Alright, we got pink. So we're going to turn it on to make sure we get the cold water side. Let that water clear, and then turn pink again, because that initial pink is just what's already in the faucet and whatnot. Okay, and we got pink there. We're going to do the same thing back here with the shower. Get all my wife and kids' shampoos and stuff out of the way. Apparently they fell out of the basket. Okay, so same thing here. That was pink pretty quick. That's pink. Do not forget your toilet. And we got pink. So let's touch. Okay, let me go out to that outside shower. Alright, and we have the low points. That's already pink. That's already pink. I imagine they automatically get that way, but because the stuff flows through there, but I just figure it's a good idea to go ahead and turn it to make sure you got it all the way through the whole system. And we do. Okay, so let's see how much of that we used. And turn off that pump. Alright, pump's off. I will go ahead and note, when you pick up your antifreeze, don't get this at AutoZone. You'll kill yourself. Yeah, it looks like it used pretty much a gallon. Got a little sloshy bit left in the bottom. Okay, but yeah, don't use automotive antifreeze. Okay, get the RV stuff, because, well, I don't drink the water out of the RV tank anyway. Just saying, probably not a good idea to bathe in that stuff and whatnot. And that is that. This system is now winterized. Look at that, you can see through that's where the shower is, just so you know. So just take a quick look at what your plumbing is. Your external shower, that's the light you can see over there. This big hose here is your fill. You know, just to pour gallons of water in and whatnot. And then that other line is your city connection. So that's that. Okay, you do want to go ahead, I guess you don't have to, but I'm going to. Go ahead and fix these valves back so that next time you run it, you're pulling out of the water tank and not out of your siphon hose here. Remember, your hot water heater is currently bypassed, so you want to make sure that you switch that over when you pull it out for the season. Go ahead and close up everything you open up there. One other thing, I'm going to put little pieces of like window screen. I guess I'm going to magnet them on there probably, I guess, to try to keep dirt daubers and wasps and stuff from in the spring, when they start stirring around again, getting in these little spots to build nests. I'm going to take those bikes off of there. and like here, and I'll probably screen. This is, let's see what I'm doing here. Okay, just so that I don't want critters to nest up in there, and I imagine those suckers getting there could create a mess. So I don't know how I'm going to attach it to that. Obviously I can't magnet that, but we'll figure that out. I know some of you are smarter than I am, and you'll remember not to turn on the hot water heater before you run the pump so it's got water in it. I'm not going to claim to be that smart. So I take this over the switches. I said where's where the hot water heater is a second ago. I meant where the hot water switches were. Anyway, that way I don't accidentally come in here and get all excited because it's almost time to go camping and, you know, kill $700-800. I don't know how much those things cost, but I don't imagine they're cheap with a hot water heater. Okay, so it's all winterized up. That took, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe 30. I didn't exactly measure time here. 20-30 minutes, and it cost me the price of whatever I paid, $8, $10, something like that, for that gallon of RV antifreeze. I think it's something like $129, $149 to get this done in Camping World. I imagine most RV places are about the same. I'm guessing at the price. That's what I looked up when I was kind of evaluating what the costs of owning one of these things are going to be. So a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and you can save yourself a good $100 easy on that. So I'm just saying, if you'd like to do it yourself, that's a good way to save some cash.